So you can assign a color to any of the tracks. Select everything here and just say these are backups. From here, the shakers up to log drum, I'll be adding this bass to them. Everything belongs to the groups I will call drum.
Welcome to Slow Academy.
So sometimes we receive data from clients and we're like, what? We have lots of files to work with. Don't panic. Today I'm going to teach us how to approach voluminous stems like this. Okay, the first thing we want to do is start listening to each of the tracks and begin to assign name. This will make it easy for us to mix at the end of the day. So now I'm going to start listening and assigning a name to them. If you are someone that works by color, you can begin to assign color. So what we are trying to do is to categorize these audios. There are some that are percussive, there are some that are vocals, there are some even out of the vocals. We have the lead vocals, the one that will play the upfront, playing the lead roles, and the one that will be at the background. Even on the drums, we have some that are focused, like the kick, the snare, and we have some that will be playing the side roles. And on the strings, okay, you have the piano, the guitar, the bass, and whatever you might have on the project. The first thing you want to do is to be able to identify them, because mere looking at the wave, you might not be able to say this is this. So you want to assign a name to each of the tracks so that mere looking at it, you'll be able to know that this is this and this belongs to this category. Okay, so you can assign a color to any of the track by clicking here and begin to assign colors, any color you want to assign, just to show that this belongs to this. For example, we have some vocals here that are backup. Select everything here and just say this is these are backups. So with color, you'll be able to know and assign some tracks to a particular group. Okay, now we're going to reset this color and go by the name. Okay, I will start listening to each of these tracks and assigning a name to them. This is definitely a shaker, so I'm having another shaker 3. Let's do, what is this? Okay, that is like another snare pack. Okay, then we have another. This is what? All right, that's a kind of reverb snare. Okay, then we have another here. All right, this is like a pack. Then we have this. All right, that is definitely a snare. I already have a snare at the top, so I call this snare 2. Okay, so we have another here. By the wave, you know where the audio is starting from and where there are silence and where there are voices. There are some that we actually mute that are not necessary, so let's put them together. You see, these 2 comes together, this 3 comes together. Let's take them all the way up. Okay, so I don't just want to take them off immediately, because something might happen, we might still need them, so we have to keep them somewhere so that we can always access them whenever we found out that we need them. Okay, so let's take all the percussions together, the drums. Okay, so we have the kick 1 and kick 2. We have the rim, should be at the top of the kick. We have open hi-hat, should be at the top of the rim. We have the snare, should be next to the kick. We have the wood just around the rim and heart. We have shakers. Okay, let the shakers go up. So we have 3 shakers here. Let's take them up. Then we have the local drum playing at the background. Let's just put that around the kick. We have the bell sound. Let's take them up close to the wood, right? Okay, let's take it here. Then we have the snare pack and the snare reverb. Let's take them towards the rear snare here. Okay, the percussion, let's take them close here. So we're going to arrange them in order so that the project can be easier for us to mix. The crash should be at the top, just around the heart. Okay, let's just, all right, this is fine here. Okay, so we have the snare reverb, take it here. The transit reverb should, let's take them here. Okay, then we have the roll should come up around this place, the roll, then the crash. Okay, so we have local drums, local drum 1, local drum 2. We have the chord. Okay, we are still sorting out for the drums together, the strings together and all that. So let's put the log drums together. Okay, the log drums together, and the log drums and the bass should be together close to the kick, because when you are dealing with the low frequencies, these are the low frequencies, so that you can easily attend to them when they are not far from each other. You'll be able to work on them better. Then you have I can see some snares here, snare and snare roll. Let's take them up to where we have snare here. Okay, so you must be able to remember what you have done, so you keep record of that. Now I think we are done with the percussions, the drums. Then let's focus on the strings. Okay, the strings, we have synths are together. Then after the pad, we are dealing with chords. Let's put the chords close to each other. The atmospheric sounds, let's put them close to the pad. Okay, then we have the voice notes. Let's put them together. The strings close to the pad. Okay, let's put them here. The bed sound is like a percussive sounds. Let's take them to where we have the percussions. Okay, voice notes, we have the brass, the heat sink, the atmospheric sound. Let's take them all the way up. It's saying transitions. These transitions, let's take them, okay, all the way. We have the heat, we have the guitar. Then finally we have the vocals. Okay, you see, let's take this crowd together. Let's bring them together. Let's take this bassy, let's take this bassy backups together. This one comes here, and the treble goes together with the trebles, the other trebles. All right, so we have the, what is this?
Fuji.
All right, this is like a lead vocal. So let's take the lead vocal. Let's take them together. Okay, I think I'm leaving one here. Let's take them together. Yeah, all right. Then we now have some parts here that are hiding here. Parts, the pad and the piano. Let's take the pad towards the pad, and let's take the piano towards the guitar. Okay, All right, so we have the leads, the duet. There's the duet comes down, and the punch, the phony. Let's take this bassy backups together. This one comes here, and the treble goes together with the trebles, the other trebles. All right, so we have the, what is this?
Fuji.
All right, this is like a lead vocal. So let's take the lead vocal. Let's take them together. Okay, I think I'm leaving one here. Let's take them together. Yeah, all right. Then we now have some parts here that are hiding here. Parts, the pad and the piano. Let's take the pad towards the pad, and let's take the piano towards the guitar. Okay, all right, so we have the leads, the duet. There's the duet comes down, and the punch, the phony leads, let them go up. Okay, so we have the phony leads, the duet, the punch. The remaining ones are for backups. Okay, the crowd and all that. So if you are a color kind of person, instead of naming them, you might have just assigned color red to all the parts, color green to all the atmos, the string color red with the pad. Then you can add, for the lead vocals, you can add like a color brown. Okay, put color that you are used to that will tell you what those tracks is. Okay, with the renaming, I'm able to put these things together, and I can understand this track better now, and this will help me to mix them better. All right, what I'm going to be doing next is to put them together as groups. Okay, so we have from here the shakers up to the log drum. Okay, we still have some log drums that are not sorted here. Okay, so up to this log drum, and I always like to add my bass to my drums. Okay, so I'll be adding this bass to them, to up to shakers. Everything belongs to the groups I will call drum. So I will just right click here, go to add tracks, and just group them together. If you are using Cubase, if you are using other DAW, then you just group them together as what? As drums. Okay, so you have the drums here. Okay, all these are drums. When you solo the drum group, you have the drums highlighted. So I can just begin to work only on the drums, and after that I move to the string parts. Okay, so from the chord all the way down to the guitar, see, all these are the strings. So I'm going to do the same thing, assign them to a group and call them strings. So I can say they are string boss. Is the string boss. So when I solo the string boss, all these tracks are connected to the string boss. Okay, and I can rename this as the drum boss. Okay, just for clarity. So all these are the drum boss, all these are the drums, and all these are the strings. Then you now have on the vocals, you have up to this punch, you have the lead vocals. Okay, so you can call them the lead boss. Okay, these are the lead vocals, and from here to this point you have what? You have the backups, the backup boss. Okay, as much as this stems, as these tracks, you are able to sum them up to 4 different parts, and which makes it easier for you to begin your mix. Okay, you have the drums, that is the first part. You have the strings, that's the second part. You have the lead vocals, that's the third part, and you have the backup vocals, that's the fourth part. I've simplified all these tracks and make it easier for me to attend to. So I will begin by attending to them one after the other, hearing the first shaker. This is like an amapiano shaker. Let's look at what the second one sounds like. This sounds like an Afro beat or shaker. Let's look at the next one. Okay, Afro beat that is more pronounced. So this and this are the same, but this is louder. Okay, so I might decide to bring this down a bit to blend with this. Now let's hear this. So this is lighter and this is deeper. Okay, so I can decide to put the deeper one at the center and put the lighter one just by the side of it, by the right, and put the amapiano one towards the left but not completely left, then hear them together. Okay, so I might decide to bring this lighter one up a bit more. Alright, so I see them blending. I can see a sound here, the open hi-hat. I might bring that in. So the location of my open hi-hat in the live drums is the left. Okay, the open hi-hat is at the left part when you are sitting on the drums. Okay, but as a listener listening to the drums, I'll find out that the hi-hat will fall on my right. Okay, so I'm going to be using that principle and positioning all these tracks to where they belong. Okay, that is the thing that I will be doing. I will be positioning them to where they are supposed to be so that these drums will sound real. Okay, all right, so my crash, I have some on the right, I have some on the left, so I might decide to put this anywhere that I want. Let's listen to one of the crash and see what it's doing. So I might be putting that here because I have my hat already on the left, doing some works on the left, on the right I mean, and the crash now will be doing some things on the left. Okay, so the benefit of this is to widen up the track. It will make your mix to be wide. Okay, so if you want your mix to be wide, you have to understand the principle of panning, positioning soundtracks. Okay, let's look at this transition. So I might want to cause this transition to move maybe from the left to the right. Okay, so I might introduce an auto pan. This way automatically move the sound from the left to the right. Okay, so I have this speed which I have to reduce because of the way the transition is going. You see, so I want to bring down the speed. Okay, I might decide to sync this to the tempo of my project then, but I might not want to sync it also. I just want it to work freely. So you can notice that movement, the transition moves from the left to the right. So this will also help to breathe life into your mix. Okay, so you can see the transition moving. All right, so by the time you go through all these things one after the other, you position them right, then you start setting the frequencies, the right frequencies for them. You'll notice that there are some frequencies that are not right. There are some that you have to do a low cut, a high cut. There are some that you have to boost the trebles and all that. So when you set that right and you balance your track, the levels of all those tracks, just like the way I did to the shakers, bringing this up and bringing this down a bit, you understand? So it makes your track balanced already even before you begin to add some special effects to them. All right, so I might be making another video to explain to you the proper mixing, the depth of mixing. And by the way, you might want to join Slow Academy if you want a personal tutorial on how to mix, how to produce, how to make beats and all that, contact us, send a DM or visit our page www.slawstudio.com to register for that. Nevertheless, we'll be dropping videos on our YouTube page to assist you and help you to get better. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to like it, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Turn on notification bell so that you get notified whenever we drop more tutorial videos like this. Go practice and get better.